Ratio is a way of comparing two or more quantities of the same type. We usually compare two quantities by finding the difference, but in some situations like finding the ratio, comparing by division is more suitable. For example, we have 5 balloons and 3 marbles. Find the ratio of the balloons to the marbles and the ratio of the marbles to the balloons. We have 3 ways of writing the ratio. 1 is the word form, where we use the words is to. Then we write the first term or the number of the thing that is mentioned first. Since the balloons are mentioned first, we write the number of balloons first, which is 5. And then write the second term, which is the number of marbles, and that is 3. So the ratio of the balloons to the marbles is 5:3. How about the ratio of the marbles to the balloons? The first term would be the number of marbles, since it is mentioned first. The ratio would be 3:5. Another way of writing the ratio is by changing the word form to colon, which is also read as is to. Just the same, we have 5:3 and 3:5. Just to be clear, 5:3 is not equal to 3:5. Since the ratio is a way of comparing by division, therefore we can write the ratio as a fraction. But how? Well, it's very simple. The first term will be the numerator, and the second term as the denominator. It means 5:3 can be written as 5/3. And 3:5 can be written as 3/5. You see, clearly these two quantities are not equal. Let's find out more about ratio. Look at this example. A rectangle has a length of 10 centimeters and a width of 3 centimeters. Find the ratio of the width to the length and the ratio of the length to the width. In the first ratio, we write the number that represents the width first, since it's mentioned first. The ratio would be 3:10, and the other is 10:3. The units are not written in a ratio if the two values are of the same unit. As you can see, both the length and the width are expressed in centimeter. But take a look at this example. In a bowl, there are 2 cups of flour and 4 tablespoons of sugar. Find the ratio of the flour to sugar and the ratio of the sugar to flour. Notice that the 2 units are different. One is cups and the other is tablespoons. In this case, we must write the units of the ratio if the two values are of different units. Therefore, the ratio of the flour to sugar must be written as 2 cups is to 4 tablespoons. The ratio of the sugar to flour would be 4 tablespoons is to 2 cups. However, sometimes you can convert one of these units to make them the same. That way, you can write only the number. In this example, cups can be converted to tablespoons. Since a cup consists of 16 tablespoons, it means in 2 cups there are 32 tablespoons. We can rewrite this ratio as 32:4, and the ratio of the sugar to flour can also be written as 4:32. In a fraction form, this would be 32/4 and 4/32, which can still be reduced by finding the equivalent fraction. But how do we do that? Simply divide the common factor or common divisor. 32 and 4 can both be divided by 4. We now have an equivalent fraction of 8/1. We also can call this an equivalent ratio. The equivalent ratio of 4/32 is 1/8. We can find the equivalent ratio by dividing or multiplying the terms with the same proportion. Let's try to answer a few more exercises to enhance mastery learning. Write the ratio representing the values for A, B, C, and D. This is pretty easy to work on. Just take notes. Whatever is mentioned first must be written as the first term. For letter A class has 15 boys and 18 girls. The ratio is 15:18, or 15/18. This fraction can still be reduced to 5/6. Let's move on to letter B. A train travels at 45 kilometers per hour and the bus travels at 30 kilometers per hour. The first term mentioned is the speed of the train. Therefore, our ratio would be 45:30, which can be expressed in a fraction form as 45/30 and can still be reduced to 3/2. For letter C, Eric has 250 grams of sugar and Jess has 1 kilogram. Grams and kilograms are two different units. We can convert kilogram to grams. 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams. Therefore, the ratio would be 250:1,000, which can be written as 250/1,000 in a fraction form and can still be reduced to an equivalent fraction of 1/4. Let's work on letter D. A farmer has 75 green mangoes and 100 ripe mangoes. The ratio is 75:100, written in a fraction form as 75/100 or 3/4. Try to do this extra challenge by yourself. Judy takes care of 12 roosters, 60 hens, 20 cows, and 40 piglets. Find the ratio of the following. And also identify what is the percentage of the roosters to the hens, and what is the percentage of the cows to the piglets. You can always pause this video and take as much time as you need. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and check your answers. Let's start with the ratio of hens to roosters. There are 60 hens and 12 roosters, so the ratio is 60:12. With the same information, the ratio of roosters to hens is 12:60. Let's continue. There are 20 cows and 40 piglets. The ratio of cows to piglets is 20:40, and therefore the ratio of piglets to cows is just the reverse, which is 40:20. For number 5, let's find out the percentage of the roosters to the hens. The given ratio of roosters to hens is 12:60. In a fraction form, this can be written as 12/60. To find the percentage, we need to multiply the fraction by 100. But first, we can reduce this number. Dividing by 12 can reduce this fraction to 1/5. Then multiply this number by 100, we get the percentage. Any number multiplied by 1 will give us the same number. Therefore, this is just the same as 100/5 or 100 divided by 5, where we get the quotient of 20 or 20%. It means the percentage of the roosters to the hens is 20%. And down to number 6. Find the percentage of the cows to the piglets. The ratio of cows to piglets is 20:40. In a fraction form, this can be written as 20/40, which can still be reduced to 1/2 by dividing both terms by 20. Then multiply 1/2 by 100 or just divide 100 by 2. We can get 50 or 50%. It means the percentage of the cows to the piglets is 50%. So tell me, were you able to answer all questions correctly? Without a doubt, I know you did great.